game against Zeus. Okay, let's try knight f3 here. Reti opening. Okay, d4. I'm gonna do the fianchetto. I think that's the idea, and then follow up with c4 here to go after the d pawn. So if I play c4 right here and he takes, I can actually check and get the pawn back. If he does that, I can't, I don't have that trick anymore. Maybe I will support it with the pawn and fianchetto the other bishop. And see how this looks. At any time I could play d4, I guess, and get into a normal queen's pawn opening. Although I do have two fianchettos, which you don't usually get in the queen's pawn openings. So we both got castle, got a few pieces developed. I still have a knight to develop. He still has two pieces to develop over here. And his bad piece is this bishop. There's a little bit of pressure on the center here, which hopefully slows him down. Yeah, he can't play e5 here to open up that diagonal for the bishop. So that's what's good about this position for white, is black has the bad bishop, like in so many queen's pawn openings. So the bad light squared bishop locked in behind the pawn chain. And that's why I'm not so eager to trade. If I take, he can take back, and then that opens up that diagonal. I can put a knight on e5. Where does my knight want to go? I could go to a3 to c2, up to d4, but then it would be subject to... Yeah, maybe I should just put another pawn in the center. I was thinking that if I played knight to c3 directly, then he can push e5 because he's got this knight here supporting the pawn. I don't know what it would lead to, but now by playing d4, I've prevented that, and I can play knight to c3 so I can get my piece out. Okay, and he can develop all on the light squares, so let's lock it up. And let's see, which bishop is my bad bishop? I guess it's this one, so I need to make sure I don't totally close off the avenues for this bishop. Maybe knight d2 and pawn to e4 is an idea here. Okay, and he's advancing on the queen side. Don't see any big problem just yet. I could put a knight on... yeah, I think I want to plan and prepare for this e4 push. And then that would open up this diagonal for my dark squared bishop. The diagonal from c1 to h6. Play now, it's not working yet, so pawn here, pawn takes, knight takes, knight takes, rook takes. So I needed the rook there. And if this opens up, if he takes like that, the bishop will actually be doing something useful defending this d pawn. Okay, he went with a4. Let's see, he can push all the way to a3 and take that square away from my bishop, which might be annoying. If I push my a pawn forward, he can take, I'll take back with the knight. Or I could ignore it. I could play e4. He pushes. If he takes, I take. He takes my rook, I take back. Should be okay. And the e4 is still supported, so it's more of a problem if I play e4 and he plays a3. I have bishop to c3 to keep it on this diagonal. And I think I'm just going to play in the center. Okay, yeah, so he can take, he can push. He could push his b pawn first. That might be interesting. Then I'll take the a pawn, I guess, because I don't want him to completely smother this side of the board with b4 and a3. So if he plays b4, I'll probably take on a3. Yeah, so he goes that way. So bishop here. And maybe I'll play b4 myself since he can't play it right away. And then maybe I can even attack this pawn, which is kind of artificially isolated. So closing up the position on the queen side doesn't help him get anything going. Okay, so now he switches back to here, back to the center. Maybe he was trying to distract my bishop. Maybe that was his plan. Okay, I don't have to play b4 right away, do I? This pawn is not under attack. He's not threatening to push. What have I got here? Let's trade off that knight. And yeah, if he takes back with the knight, then that opens up an attack on his c pawn here. Bishop and knight coordinating to attack c6. He can defend with his bishop. Ah, he ignores it. Well, that's interesting. That's that does two things. It hits my bishop here, and it also supports the idea of pawn to b4 there. Okay, so let's defend the bishop. And allow him to trade that bishop off if he wants to. It's not my best piece, so I will let him take it. After he takes, then he still has a problem with c6 here. And so I think I will try and get in this move b4 in the next chance I get. Put a stop to any pushing forward of these queenside pawns. Yeah, here. Dropped his queen back. Okay, so he's threatening to push that pawn forward. Yeah, so let's just block it. With the queen and the knight coordinating on b4, he really was threatening to push that pawn. So now he's shut down on the queen side. And let's see. I can't immediately go on the attack here, can I? Because of the bishop hanging. Maybe I need to play rook to c1 first. Okay, so he starts kicking my knight away, which makes sense. So let's think tactically here. Is anything defending c6? I don't see it. Nothing is defending c6. Okay, so I can take c6. And I can get back to a5 there, I guess, if I get chased. Take c6. I'm hitting the bishop. And I'm also wondering, how to get pressure on... the other tactic I was wondering about is maybe I could sacrifice on e6. Ah, he just resigned here. Okay, well, interesting game. I'll check that out in the postmortem. See you guys later. Bye.